If you spent much time working on cars and you just so happen to damage the threads on a bolt or a threaded hole, or when you discover that the guy who got there before you did, you know how nice it could be to have the taps and dies ready to go. Executing the repair often requires some finesse, which in turn takes time. In cases involving studs or even bolts, we recently discovered a new method of approaching the repairs that should ease the difficulty and the amount of time involved in coping with the initial threads that have been damaged. These are the situations where getting the tool to even begin the repair is a challenge, requiring detailed filing and sometimes leading to further damage. Chase and Back Tools developed its hinged reverse thread chaser as a means of quickly repairing damaged threads in the field. The tools look similar to conventional dies, except that they are split into two halves. The halves are hinged, which allows them to be opened, positioned over the lower portion of the stud or bolt where the threads are still intact, and then closed and fitted into the supplied wrench so that the tool can be worked up towards the end of the stud, using the undamaged threads as a guide. The supplied wrench that holds the hinged reverse thread chasers is also fairly conventional, but as the instructions point out, the set screw should be tightened against one of the flat sides of the chaser and not the hinged or split side. The instructions also note that you could use an appropriately sized socket wrench to fit over the die in situations where the surrounding space is limited. For the most part, once the hinged reverse thread chaser is positioned over the good threads, the procedure of straightening out the damaged threads is the same as using a conventional die. You must use some sort of cutting lubricant, and you get the best results by carefully working the tool, going back and forth against the damaged portion of the threads to re-establish the proper pattern. Once the process is completed, the damaged bolt can look good as new. The hinged reverse thread chasers are made of .01 tool steel, tempered to a Rockwell hardness of 50.2 for their Pro 50 line, and a Rockwell hardness of 60 for their American-made Pro 60 line, which will prevent chipping and breakage of the tool. The company offers a 3-year replacement warranty and a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, but if oiled and used properly, the tool should last indefinitely. The hinged reverse thread chasers are offered individually or in sets. The company also offers some other interesting tools as well. Check them out at www.chaseandbacktools.com or call 707-413-3118.